Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello again, this is Gary for Bizarre Brain Comics. And I'm going to do, once again, talk about a whole stack of digest comics. These are, again, more DC digest comics. And I still got a bunch more to come. Okay, now, actually what I first want to show you is not a digest comic, but I found a couple more of the paperbacks, paperback comic books. And this is this one's actually from 1990, and it's a British publication. You can see the prices in pounds, and it's part of a whole series, which I wish I could have gotten more of. It's a whole series of Batman. So this happens to be Batman with Superman. There's Batman and Robin and Joker and stuff, and then a bunch of the Judge Dredd. I would like to have some of those Judge Dredd. Yes, and but that's real nice. Of course, these are all reprinting stories from the early 50s. Various artists and creators. You can see has some bizarre. I saw, where was it? I think I saw some early Curt Swan in there. Yeah, and you know how much I love Curt Swan. And then one other, this goes along with a couple of other paperbacks that I had shown you. Of course, this is from 1966, and right along with now America's #1 TV hero. Yes, Batman is Batman versus the Joker. And this series here may just be reprinting this series, but I don't know because I haven't seen them. I've seen the others in that English one. And of course, this is all from the early 50s. All Joker stories. And this is when the Joker looked actually more like the Joker on a playing card, and they used this version of the Joker on the animated series, the Batman Brave and the Bold. I liked that one, even though it had more humor to it. And this is there's some nice stuff in that. Okay, here we have a Green Arrow. Of course, this would have been from the 80s, early 80s. Green Arrow digest comics. Of course, it is DC, and it's kind of neat. What is kind of neat in this is that it has some framing pages around it, and also inserted in between to tie them all together. And what is unusual, these framing pages are drawn by Dan Spiegel, who is mostly known for his work at Gold Key. Of course, this would have been after the demise of Gold Key, and he moved over to DC. But in this framing, it's Green Arrow and Black Canary, and they're going through like a scrapbook, and it's all about all these adventures, early Green Arrow adventures of Green Arrow and Speedy, and various artists, but most notably has Jack Kirby. Because remember, this goes back to the late 40s or early 50s, and Jack Kirby was drawing Green Arrow, and that was when Green Arrow was just a Batman swipe, Batman imitation. Not a frog. Yeah, an imitation of Batman. But it also has, let's see, later on back here, some real nice, okay, Neal Adams artwork. And this is the story in which Green Arrow first adopted this particular costume, got away from the old, classic Robin Hood look for the new Robin Hood look. And that's interesting. And then here I have 2 copies of this. Green Arrow, Green Lantern. But this is just all reprinting Denny O'Neil, Neal Adams stories from their great run, about 69 to 71 or wherever it was. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, when they were teamed up together. And of course, it's got Black Canary in there. Yeah, all Neal Adams art. And so it's kind of a little tribute to Neal Adams, who we just recently lost after he had a incredible impact on his long career in the comics field. And a tribute to Neal Adams. And then we go to the Flash and his friends. So these are stories with Flash teamed up with various other characters. Of course, most notably is Kid Flash, Wally West, and this is the Alan Barry Allen version of the Flash, mostly drawn by Carmine Infantino. More Carmine Infantino stuff. Even Captain Boomerang, that silly character. And actually, Teeth was on the same side with that Captain Boomerang, if I remember correctly. And Green Lantern, teamed up with Green, and Aquaman there. There it is, mostly just a Flash story with Justice League characters. And now we move on to the super stuff. World's Finest, of course, and these are all stories from, of course, World's Finest, and like it's all Batman and Superman teamed up in the World's Finest team. There's a few other people popping up, because we did see just a glimpse there of Zatanna. And this is mostly, I think, Dick Dillon art. That's a real nice Dick Dillon Batman right there. Yeah, Batman, Superman, a variety of Batman punching Superman. All kinds of weird stuff going on. And here's Superman choking out Batman. They're always wanting to have those two go at each other's throats for some reason, or no reason. And then just Superman team up action. Show here some of the characters he was teaming up with. Of course, Batman. He's always teamed up with Batman. And here's the other Justice League members. On the back, it shows a bunch of them. It's a variety of artists. Dick Giordano looks like there, and undoubtedly some more Dick Dillon. Here's a Green Arrow again. I'm not sure who that one is. Yeah, Superman, Batman, a freak. I think that's Dick Giordano. Could be Dick Dillon. Elongated Man. Oh, this is neat, because this is a story when Superman is teamed up with Captain Strong, who appeared in a few Superman stories. But Captain Strong was DC's knockoff version of Popeye. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah. From Private Life of Clark Kent and everything. teamed up with Batgirl. Yeah. I'm moving quicker here. Of course, Superman, the Fabulous World of Krypton. Of course, World of Krypton for a long time was a backup feature in Superman titles. And it has a few artists, but it's primarily connecting. It's primarily Murphy Anderson. He did great science fiction stuff, and even if when he's not doing the pencils, he's usually inking it. Here, I had some with Curt Swan. Just some nice look at the world of Krypton, or planet where Superman came from. And then here we have the year's best Superman stories. I'm giving them an award. Lex Luthor, and again a variety of creators, but primarily Curt Swan art. All of these, the rest of these is going to be largely Curt Swan pencils, some with various inkers. Of course, I think the best art team, in my opinion, for Superman stories was always this is one with team up with OMAC, the One Man Army Corps. But the best art team for Superman was, in my estimation, was always Curt Swan and Murphy Anderson. And Curt Swan was my favorite penciler. Yeah, I'll have to talk more about Curt Swan another time. And then more Superman. Happy anniversary. This must have been for, what, 40th or something? No? Yeah, would have been 40th anniversary, I think. I don't know. Blue ribbon. And again, teaming him up with various characters, some of them goes back. Oh yeah, even Wayne Boring, I think, in here. Bunch of different stuff teamed up with Batman, and that was more Curt Swan art. Yeah. Oh, what's really neat here? It has a story, Wayne Boring story, which represents the Superman origin and flashback as part of another story. More Superman in the past, future, and on other worlds. And again, mostly Curt Swan pencils. He did it for a lot of years. Curt Swan, various characters. Just love his stuff. The very, very lovely female figure there, and that's a great close-up face of Superman. Yeah. Son of Superman. That's S-U-N. Blog. Oh yeah. Then we have Superman battles weird villains right on the covers against Bizarro. Bizarro is definitely one of his weirdest opponents, who's usually presented in a goofy fashion when he is should actually be a more dramatic and kind of compassionate character. There's Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, that's all I like. That's Mr. Mixerspitalik. Yeah, let's see. Again, more Curt Swan, some weird stuff. Where's the here one? This is one of my favorites. Here with against Gorilla Grodd with Solivar from Ape City, Gorilla City, a hidden city in Africa of super intelligent gorillas. Again, Curt Swan, Murphy Anderson art, and it looks great. Only thing is, as a lot of artists tend to do when drawing gorilla, just basically give them a human figure and torso, when a gorilla's torso is not like a human's. It looks great though, but their chest cavity is shaped differently. their waist is positioned differently, and of course, as a result, their hips are considerably differently shaped, which keeps them from walking the way we do on two legs when they do walk on two legs. Swamp Thing, old one, Swamp Thing, and Solomon Grundy. Oh yeah. And then Superman versus the Supernatural. Super versus Super. Again, a lot of Curt Swan art, with various other creators as well. Here it's with an early Supergirl story included in that. Some various ones. Superman, and that's done some nice stuff there. Lois Lane's art. Oh, and this is neat with I'm not sure, they didn't list the actual artist, but it's done in the style of Jerry Siegel. This is from, that was an old story from the 40s. Yeah, a variety of things there. Superman and the Supernatural. Oh, Battles of Weird Villain. Didn't I just have that one? Oh, this is one I meant to pick up. And the Mightiest Men in the Universe. And there's Solomon Grundy, the Parasite. That fake Superman was made of sand. I've forgotten what they called him. I don't know what that guy is. And then Vortex, who is a Superman equivalent on another planet and a friend of Superman, and I guess at one time almost married Lana Lang. Parasite. Again, a few different artists, but primarily Curt Swan. I imagine it was a lot of Elliot S. Magan and Carrie Bates, as well as some Denny O'Neil who did the writing on those. And then another Superman 8 sensational stories. These were kid pals. Notice they all have a theme. Have a theme of some kind. And this is when he's teamed up with various kids. And again, a lot of the same artwork. And then we go back to Superboy, and Superman was a boy. And then the theme in this is his meeting younger versions of later adult characters that he knew, including Lois Lane, and an encounter with Aquaman when he was a boy. Lois Lane, let's see, Superboy. Of course, there's a young Lex Luthor. Who else? Oh, yeah. Lana Lang. Of course, he always knew Lana Lang. Various artists. There's Aquaboy, Murphy, and Curt Swan. No, I think it's Bob. Murphy Anderson did the pencils, and Bob Brown did the pencils. Murphy Anderson did the inks. Yeah, so he teamed up. I had a story with him with Oliver Queen. You know, and just Smallville, Superboy. Smallville celebrates Superboy Day. It's just various Superboy stories in various time periods. We love Superboy. I enjoyed Superboy stories, although I never liked the idea of having Superboy as a Superman as a boy. But I really liked the idea of the clone or another character, teen character, being Superboy rather than young Clark Kent himself. And then we top it off with this one of Supergirl, 100 pages. Various time periods. Mostly, I can't get a hold of it. There we go. Again, various artists, and they often used artists from romance comics doing Supergirl, just because they had a tendency to draw very lovely ladies. And this is, yeah, I always liked this particular costume. There are others that I like too. The hot pants, and then the the top with the billowy sleeves. I always select that. Now that is the costume primarily in here. For one time, like, she was having a different costume every issue. And her early stuff with the old standard original costume of just the little mini skirt on Supergirl, all in blue. And one of my favorite Supergirl costumes was the one used in that very disappointing live-action Supergirl movie, the one that had Faye Dunaway, with the little the costume that was basically like that, her original one, except the skirt was red, like this. And I really liked that one, but I think this is overall is my favorite version. And there we go, a whole nother bunch of DC digest-sized comics. Just showing you a few of these things. And okay, then thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Got a little look at these. And please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, comics are art.